Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Aaron from Doncaster. This is exciting news for Blackpool fans. Blackpool fans have made their first signing of the season. We have signed a left back from Donny Rovers called REECE James. He's 27 years old, and I've got Aaron in here who's going to tell us all about him. Have we got ourselves a player here, Aaron? That's what we need to know. What do you think of him?
You have yourselves a versatile, attacking, defensive, amazing guy off the field. And on the pitch, he is just another level. I think now you've got him, the other left-sided players are going to have to really work to earn their spot.
Wow. That sounds really exciting. So, if I remember rightly, he scored the second goal against Blackpool when we played Doncaster Rovers. I can remember him vaguely. I think it was him. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, I think it was in that three. It was when we came back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 at the Keepmoat. So, he scored that second goal, I believe. And it was a good strike, to be fair. It was a decent goal. So, he said that in the club statement as well on the Blackpool website. So, he's got the experience of knowing what Blackpool's all about.
Right. So, rating in the team, would you put him as one of the better Doncaster Rovers players? Would you say we've taken one of your better ones?
He's been our player of the season this past season, and since he's been here the past couple of years, he's been one of the most consistent of the players since he's been here.
Right.
It was a steal when we got him from Sunderland for a free transfer. So the fact that you guys have got him on a free deal for 3 years with the extension or 12 months option. Yeah, it's an unbelievable deal. And, when Neil Critchley makes a signing, I have faith that he's going to use him the right way. So I've got nothing but great positives for you guys for this signing.
So another one from Sunderland, eh? Blimey, they get rid of some players, don't they, Sunderland? Where did he come from originally? I've heard he was he with United Academy?
He was United Academy, and then he was with Wigan, then it was Sunderland, then it was us for 2 years, and now it's Blackpool. Yeah, you were saying about Sunderland. They're losing some players even now because that Luke O'Neill could be going to Preston. So they're losing some players. This is another one of the
I think they're trying to get rid of, some of the dead wood, I think. Let's just go through the comments quickly. Let's just see what people are saying in the comments. Eugene McGeever says, Hi, Eugene. It's what it is. He's saying, hi, guys. Heard good things about him. Eugene McGee says, we are championship Blackpool, yeah. Natalie Hinchcliffe is here, says, great player is REECE. He deserves his chance in the championship. Wish him and Blackpool the best. So Natalie will be a Donny Rovers fan, I'll take it, yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Hunt is here this afternoon. Ryan Dunbar says he thinks it's the other way round. Aaron, the new signing will have to fight for his place in the team. He's a new signing. Doesn't mean he'll be in the squad right away. Well, I suppose it's pre-season, so we'll have a look at him during pre-season, I would think, and whether he's good enough to take, to secure that spot. I'm sure he'll be trying for it, won't he? It's
I mean, he's a versatile. He's a versatile player. He's played on left back, left wing back, left mid, left wing, centre midfield. So if Critchley can use him in any of those positions, I'm sure he will excel. And I think Ryan's right to an extent. He will have to fight for his place, but I think eventually he'll be in a position, if he is fighting for his place at the start, he'll be in a position either this season or in the next year or so where he will end up having to make the competition work for their place. So I think he's one of those players that will excel in that position, and you can play him anywhere on the field.
Yeah, well, he's been regular with you. Has he had any injuries or has he been pretty much steady Eddie through the time he's been with you?
I mean, I can't remember any injuries, especially this season. I can't remember much last season, the previous one, but I know this past season just gone that he's not really had much injuries. So I think he had like one spell of major injury, which is only like a few weeks or so. So it wasn't too bad.
No, but, nothing major.
I'd say he's not an injury. He's not a sort of injury prone player. I'd say he's pretty staying away from injuries, to be honest.
Okay, is what it is. Says, where's the missus? That's what I imagine he's referring to. Jane. She works in the daytime, so there's only me can have fun in the afternoons on videos. Callum Tromans is saying afternoon to you and me. David Skoll says it was an impressive review, that giving us lots of faith, Aaron. He must have impressed Critch to be the first signing. Well, yes, I'm sure he must have done. And of course, we played them twice. So Ryan Dunbar says that Donny Rovers made a signing yesterday, and the Donny Rovers comments were all clips of Aaron.
I saw that on Twitter. I was going through because it was Donny's official post, so we signed Ben Close, who, by the way, looking forward to that signing, seeing Bostock in the midfield. I looked at the comments, and one person had a 7-second clip of me saying, "I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing." Another one just had another person put a 1-second clip of me going, "Wow!" And
I've
had a few clips, and then someone actually put a picture. It was a picture of me at the Legends match against Sheffield Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, and it was a Snapchat picture with a Snapchat tagline that says "Huge W, mate." And a few people have been commenting every time there's good news from Rovers. The same person or the same few people have put up that picture saying "Huge W, mate," with this positive news. So. I even had a fan message me saying,
"You're becoming a meme, then, are you? Becoming a meme?"
Well,
that was
it's saying you've become a bit more famous around Rovers now, and I'm like,
yeah, sure, I'm sure you will. As your channel grows, you will get more. More people will recognise you and know you, and it's all good fun. It's kind of weird when people walk up to you in the street as well, and say hi to you. And I've had it a few times where people have spoken to me, and I'm thinking, God, do I know this? Do I know this guy? And they call me obviously by my name. I'm thinking, I don't know this guy from, and they say, I was watching you and Jane the other night. You suddenly realize it's just some, because you're not used to somebody actually coming up, talking to you and knowing your name without them actually knowing you. So that is a bit of a weird one.
I mean, when we started going back to the stadiums, I think a few people recognised me when we were watching the Peterborough match from outside the stadium. A couple of people recognised me during the Legends match, and then I would get messages from fans as well saying keep up the great work, and I get at least a message every couple of days now. So it's unbelievable.
You're doing the right thing. Stephen Huntley says, has he been brought in for someone or as well as? Well, I was talking just briefly before we came on air, and obviously we were hoping Luke Garbutt would sign again for us. He's obviously the left back we would have thought would have been signing. So whether he's coming in as well as Garbutt, or whether he's coming in because Garbutt isn't going to sign, we don't know. But he's going to have a tough boots to fill if he's going to fill Garbutt, because he's been brilliant as left back.
Yeah. I think Garbutt will sign as well, because I think Critchley likes competition. So I think that he'll have James and Garbutt and maybe even Husband as well, or he's going to let Husband go.
Yeah, we don't know about Husband. What's this from Mark Stiles? Just put something in. Mark Stiles, I think he would have been signed even if we were in League One. He's a squad player and was probably already signing insurance for us if Garbutt doesn't sign. Hopefully he will do. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what we're saying. I mean, we are going to have competition for places. You can have a 25-man squad in the Championship, so we're not just going to have one left back, are we? It would be stupid to only have one left back, because if he gets injured, you've got no left back. So there's always got to be a few players, for every place really. But I know, Blackpool fans will know full well that Critch had players and he slotted them in, and he would play them out of position because they were all trained to play in the position if needed. You know what I mean? So it's not right. There's some more news coming in here. BH2211 says, it's a good start, Lee. It looks like we are going after League One's best players. Which player would you get from League One? Mine would be Joe Pigott from AFC Wimbledon. Yeah.
He's leaving. He's leaving.
Is he?
I would like to see Blackpool go back in for Ellis Sims and get him back on loan again. But I got a feeling somewhere else.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
Oliver Casey, somebody is saying, is the next one in. Ryan Mason. I've already heard that from somebody else as well this morning as well from Leeds. People were telling me he'd be the first one in, but not. Freddie Abrams here. Hello, Freddie. He says, hi lads, cracking signing in REECE James. Garbutt and James down the left next season. Could be exciting. It does sound like a really good player. I'm surprised you're not more upset. You seem like, were you just already knowing he was going because he wasn't going to sign a contract? Was it already kind of, no matter where he went?
Well, I think REECE James did say in the club statement that as soon as he got the offer from Blackpool, it was the offer for the Championship, it was something he wanted to jump at the chance to sign.
Yeah.
And I think the general sort of feeling around Donny fans is we're not even angry that he's gone. We're just happy he's not gone to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, that would have been awful, wouldn't it? You're going to have them.
There was loads of links between REECE James and Sheffield Wednesday, and even REECE James came out and said, I'm either going Championship, or if I don't get enough from the Championship, I am staying at Doncaster Rovers because that's the only League One club I was going to. And sometimes players say these things and they don't stick to their word because of us losing our identity. But we're now being run with an identity again, which is great going into next season. So our players are sticking to their word, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Like you say, you can't really begrudge him going to a Championship side, because he was, at one time, let's be honest, you were convinced that you were going to go up automatic. So he probably was as well. And he'd be thinking about Championship and playing and, not make it. He's 27. This is these 3 years, people do say that from 27 to 30 is the peak, the peak of a player, where he knows everything, and he's had a lot of experience with Wigan. Did he play for Wigan in the Championship? Or did he play for Wigan when they were in the Premier League?
I think he got promoted to the Championship with Wigan at one point in the last few years. Yeah,
right. Okay.
But no, it is refreshing to sort of see, I mean, let's be honest here. I think REECE James was a player that I personally wanted to keep, but if there was enough from the Championship, we weren't gonna stall on that. We were gonna let him go to the Championship. I mean, I just filmed my review before he came on.
Yeah,
I've just filmed and realised you got the Preston Derby this next season.
Yes,
Ben Whiteman versus REECE James. Donny players on either side of the derby. Oh my God,
that's gonna be something.
On my review, they're going to see what a derby feels like, because we've not had a derby this season. We're getting 2 next season, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham.
Yeah,
and these guys get to experience their own derby, which is amazing for a player. Absolutely incredible. And
it's not little Fleetwood, which is great.
Yeah, and you're saying, we were nearly top of the league in February and we collapsed.
Yeah, absolutely. You did.
What we are doing is we are getting rid of of every trace of last season. So Darren Moore's gone, Whiteman's gone. Halliday's gone to Fleetwood. Wright's been released, even though we're still helping him during his recovery over the next 9 months because obviously he's injured. So what we're doing is we're getting rid of every trace of that collapsing season.
Right.
Wellens doesn't take any BS. We're building a brand new spine. We're building a brand new club. And the first thing Wellens said when we signed Ben Close yesterday was he wants to play in the Championship. And he said, this is where I want to be to get Championship football. So immediately I'm thinking in my head, they're thinking like a bigger club. They're thinking like
a good season for you, hopefully. Well, we'll be looking out for.
I noticed straight away. Darren Moore keeps saying, "Oh, we'll get it over the line. We'll get it over the line." Wellens says, "I'm doing it." There's a difference already in how we're dealing with transfers. It's amazing. It's brilliant. It's fresh of air.
Ryan Dunbar says he thinks Luke Garbutt is away, but in my opinion, it's the wrong side of the pitch we're looking at. Should be looking at the right-hand side with Turks gone. But it's early days, right? Yet we're going to be looking at right as well. We're not going to be looking at left. It's only the first transfer we've made, so I'm sure they will be bringing in right as well. I mean, we have to look at right and left. We have to look at strengthening in every department. Strikers, the whole lot is, you can't go up into the Championship and expect this team. And there's so few that we've got left. We're down, already. We've got a lot to sign. So there's going to be players brought in.
We're going to look at both sides as well, because now the only recognised fullbacks we've got is Horton and Seaman, and they're both, 20 years old and 22 or something like that.
Yeah, so we need a bit of experience there, don't you?
Absolutely.
Mark Stiles is saying, by the sounds of it, both he and Garbutt can play left back and mid. Both, so it's quite versatile if they can play together. Freddie Abrams already asking you, what do Donny fans think about secret Blackpool FC agent Wellens at Doncaster? Well, he's not really a secret agent of ours because he hates us. Actually, we've been awful to over the years. So I don't think he's. I definitely that's one thing he's not, is a secret agent for us, and I think you're quite excited about him, aren't you?
We are so excited about Richie Wellens because as a player, he's been part of our sort of glory days, I guess, when we were in that when we were finishing 12th in the Championship a decade ago with O'Driscoll as manager. And what Wellens is doing is he's bringing the identity back. And the club have come out and admitted when we signed Wellens as manager and Noel Hunt as well as striker as assistant manager. Yeah. When we brought these people in, as well as Graham Younger in as head of recruitment and Coppinger off the field as well, we said we lost our identity. We signed these managers, and he mentioned Dean Saunders and Paul Dickov by name, for example. He said it felt like we'd lost our identity, and it started to click. The Championship to League Two in the space of 3 years, going back to League One, getting to the playoffs, and then managers leaving because they don't want to stick with the project. We don't feel like we had an identity. What they're doing is they're bringing these people in off the field now. It's a whole new era off the field, a whole new recruitment team. And we are bringing that. We were known as the Arsenal of the North, which is basically attacking. That was the tagline we had for a decade or so. So we were playing this.
God, honestly, I love you. You just honestly.
We're playing this attacking.
The Arsenal of the North. There we go.
That's what we were. That's what they've always referenced. They've referenced it off the pitch for so long, like in the last decade or so. We were known as the Arsenal of the North, where it was under Sean O'Driscoll a decade ago or so. We were playing what we like to call very high pressing, attacking possession football, where you noticed in that semi-final against Southend in 2008 when we won 5-1. I think the hat.
You don't know that. You're talking to Blackpool fans here.
Well, yeah.
We don't remember that. You might remember it, but we definitely don't.
But basically, the commentator said if this was a Premier League team, we'd be going mad by now with how good they're performing. So that's the kind of style we're trying to get back. And we're bringing in some brilliant people off the field. Like I spoke to you, I think, previously about this.
So what you're saying, you're lumping as your dead wood here. It's REECE James, you're just getting short of him.
And we're getting some quality people off the field as well, because Graham Younger, our new talent, our head of recruitment of talent, he got Cardiff to the Premier League a few years ago with his recruitment. So we're not messing about in terms of bringing in the right people. When you've got players coming in that say, I think this club can give me Championship football, you can't not feel excited with where we were. We need to be where we need to be.
Well, we're very excited because we're already in it. So Abe Whittaker says he looks a very sound acquisition, Championship experience, and has just had, by all accounts, a very decent season. Has shown he can find the net too, which Aaron has already confirmed for us. He has him down. Was he actually given Player of the Season, or have you not had those rewards, the awards yet?
I don't think we've had those.
Just your Player of the Season, would you say?
Personally, he's my Player of the Season. And in terms of those finding the net, he's had sweeter strikes than Cadbury. That one against Portsmouth at Fratton Park was amazing. That was a sweet street strike.
Let me just write that one down. I've got to write that down. Sweeter strikes than Cadbury. I like that.
Sweeter than Cadbury. Let you use that one for next season.
I'm branding it. It's marvelous. When he scores one, I'm gonna remember that when he goes. It's the sweetest strike. Art Style said we would like to sign Dion from Aki.
That's pretty true.
DJ Romain is saying, hey, I am from Jamaica. Kevin Stewart is doing his Jamaican passport to play for the Reggae Boys. How good is he? He's absolutely excellent. Yeah, is he? He's going to play for Jamaica?
Yeah.
Is it? Wow, that's pretty cool. How with the Reggae Boys? That's the place to go. Oh my God, I'd have to go on holidays to Jamaica. Actually, it'd be really fantastic.
I want to go to Jamaica.
Keegan Parker is here. Good afternoon, Keegan Parker. How are you? We're just doing obviously a stream about Blackpool signed a player, so we're all a bit excited. We're off and running already. It's not like the Oysters for Blackpool, where they had an operandus, whatever you say, a method of operation which always ended up with Blackpool basically waiting till the very last final seconds of transfer activity to pick up anybody who hadn't been signed by a club and was desperate to play and would take lower wages just to get a game. So that was how they used to. Modus operandi is the word I was looking for. Yeah, so that is how they worked.
I think this transfer particularly is just really exciting for both sets of fans. Like, usually with transfers, if it's an exciting player, opposition fans that are losing him are like, oh no, we've lost him, how did we not keep him? What we are is like, I'm glad he's getting a shot at the Championship because he deserves it and we're going to rebuild ourselves. So it's like both parties win in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. Keegan Parker's having a bit of a laugh at, well, I think it was the Arsenal of the North was actually the comment, wasn't it? The Arsenal. I've
played for years.
Right. Okay. Freddie's asking you, what areas of REECE James's game do you think he needs to develop? Is there anything, or is he just a perfect all-round?
I don't think any football is perfect. I think if anything, I think sometimes his movement, especially, this is not really a left back thing sometimes, when he's been put into the centre of midfield, one thing that's great about him in the centre of midfield when he gets put there instead of on the left, He's got this kind of different side of physicality. So, like, for example, if you put him and Bostock together, for example, Bostock's a very physical physicality, where James is a very technical physicality, where his movement can be the strength he needs to get out of danger. So I think, and it helps with him being a smaller player. So I think what he needs to do to improve, especially at championship level, when you're coming up against real top quality players, is when he's in those dangerous situations where you've got 2 or 3 men on him. Let's say you're against West Brom and you've got like Premier League quality players around him.
Yeah.
Football intelligence. This is what we're adding to our squad this season in the transfer window. That's what Wellens wants. Football IQ, football intelligence.
Yeah.
What Reece James needs to do a bit more is realise the situation, find a way around it technically, and if he does that, I think he can take on the greatest of danger situations. I think that's one of his only sort of things. Crossing, I think, needs a little bit more improvement, but I think crossing, when he puts a ball in, he puts a bloody good ball in. So, but it's just mainly
quick as well, isn't he? He's pretty fast. I think you were telling me he's quite a.
Oh yeah, he's got pace like Bolt for days, mate. Absolute pace. He's got pace. He bombs down that left hand side and just explodes the crosses in. So
you can't beat that, lads. That sounds really exciting to me. I love a player with pace. You can't beat pace, and we've got obviously CJ Hamilton back, and he's pacey down the right, so it could be.
It's like another Luke Garber. It's like an attacking fullback, but he's got a bit more versatility than Luke Garber, which is quite exciting.
Sounds very exciting. Does he take any dead ball stuff? Does he take free kicks or corners like Luke Garber or?
He's taken corners. I'm not too sure about a free kick. I think a couple, but I know he's taken quite a bit of corners. So he can swing a good corner into the back post if he wanted to. So he's not the biggest set piece taker, but I think he's worth a go.
He sounds ideal to me. Sounds fantastic. Mark Styles is saying, Keegan, have you still got your tangerine boots? Would love to see them in the championship again. Yeah, so it would have been great if the Oceans had looked after him when we did get up in the championship that time and paid him a decent wage, as he mentioned in our, they actually reduced the wages. It was pretty sad, really, especially after all he'd done. Well, that's it. Aaron, I think you've confirmed that we've got ourselves a heck of a footballer here from Donny Rovers. Aaron's player of the season, so it's weird for Blackpool fans, Aaron, if I'm being honest, because we're so used to just like who when we sign somebody and then you go on the fans message board and you say we've signed blah blah blah, what do you think of him? They'll say, oh, bloody rubbish, glad he's gone, good luck with him, kind of thing, but finally we got rid of him from the club and all this sort of stuff. But Blackpool are actually signing players that we can get excited about, and that is wonderful for us. We're not really used to it. Aid Whitaker says we could do worse than re-sign Keegan. I can see us putting in a 6-figure sum to the Wood for his services. I think you never know, but a Keegan Parker back in the day, definitely that at that age, it would have been really exciting in the championship. He's probably not that as good as he was then back now, but we adore him and we always will, so it'd be great. Mark Style says Oliver Casey would be a great signing with Critchley, coaching and mentoring with youth. I mean, that's the one thing that has happened this season with most of the players that Critchley's signed, is that he develops them, he brings them on and coaches them, and they've all ended up as better players than they were, really, when they came in. All of them. A couple of players didn't quite work out. You got Woodgate from Liverpool. He didn't really work out too well. Oliver Sharkic as well. He came in. He was really excited to sign him. He'd seen him out in Portugal in a tournament that Liverpool had played, but he didn't work out really. He didn't look a good player. But hopefully, we've already got ourselves a good player that just needs, looking after in the way Critch does. It's a very happy camp at Blackpool, so he's coming to a happy place. Full of.
And I'm starting to feel that in my camp as well. Like we're starting to get happiness back again. We've got a lot of positives going on right now, so we're starting to feel like, the more we find our identity again, the more we feel like a happy camp. We're sort of getting that happiness back day by day, which is, great for us, because we've been very unlucky over the last few decades with different stuff from different decades. So it's good to get positivity back in again.
It certainly would. Anyway, I'm going to thank Aaron for his time. I know you've got to, it's a busy day and stuff, so I won't keep you too long. We've been on almost half an hour for you. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Hopefully So let's see who the next signing is, but we're on our way. Doncaster also are on their way, and we always wish Donny well because we like Donny from Jane Loves Donny. It's a great place to go. You know, if we ever play you again, it's a great ground, great fans. What's this? Just very quickly before I go, DJ Romain says Jamaica have a good squad. Raval, Morrison, Andre Gray, Blair, Turger, Adrian, Malapa, Lam, Moore, Wes Harding, Amiri Belkirst, Casey Palmer. Wow.
Pretty good squad.
Sounds brilliant. It sounds very good, DJ Romain. We're going to get off. Thank you very much. Up the Blackpool, up the Donny Rovers, and we'll see you all soon. So let me just find my outro, and then we'll leave you. Thank you much, Aaron. You've been a star as usual. I knew you'd talk about it for forever. So good luck. Bye, everyone. Bye. And Aaron doesn't know it, but we always have an Avengers end, so we're still here. So Blackpool are going to do really well in the Championship, and good luck to Donny Rovers. Thanks for sticking with us till the Avengers end. Up the Rovers, up the pool, eh? Aaron, would you say?
Yes! Rovers tie-dye. Come on.